afternoon. We are group number 4, and we are going to discuss the problems and current status of South Africa and Colombia. And as you can see, those are the group members that were in our group. So only today we heard that what the requirements actually is of UNISON, and we heard that it's the same as UNISEC, which requires 2 or more universities to be able to form UNISON, South Africa or Colombia or whichever country. So the current status and problems in South Africa is that CPUT and the University of Stellenbosch are currently the only universities involved in satellite activities. And there's another university called the University of Witwatersrand. They are involved in the building of microthrusters. And then you get the University of Cape Town, which will host the United Nations conference. They are more involved with astronomy, and UWC is also involved with other space sciences. And the problems that we are currently facing in South Africa is that not all the universities are really interested in satellite technology. Also, satellite technology is very expensive and requires a lot of funding. And what happened with our program is that the government will only fund a specific program only once, and afterwards they want your program that you are in, they want it to be self-sustainable after 3 to 4 years. So, and that is actually how Stellenbosch University and CPUT actually started their space program, whereby our National Research Foundation gave a large amount of money in order for us to establish our space engineering program at our respective universities. So I will now give over to Rafael, who will discuss Colombia's problems and status.
Okay, good afternoon. In Colombia, we have the current status. We have 2 universities interested in working in aerospace. One of them successfully launched the first Colombian satellite called Libertad 1. This university is a private university. The other university is public university. Then from the first university, there is a spin-off company. The company is called Seco Space. I was working in this company. We try to work together, the company and the 2 universities, but was very, very difficult because the private university and the public university have they want different benefits. Then we meet several times to try to make a project from satellites, but finally no final result. Then it's very difficult this thing in my country. And the other thing is in the case of Latin American countries is our mentality. Some of us, we think, okay, in Japan, in Europe, in USA, they have a lot of experience in aerospace. Then we will start from the beginning. Maybe we will take a lot of time, and it's very difficult to explain. But our mentality is we cannot do it. Then I think this is one of the big problem in our country. But I think we can change this one. This is the actual status in my country.
Okay, and for our solutions and activities that we are proposing is that firstly we want to start off with collaborating on CANSAT or spindle process, whereby the universities that I mentioned beforehand all collaborate in building a CANSAT. And like one University X build a certain subsystem, one other university build another one, and perhaps like the University of Wits, they can perhaps provide a rocket for the CANSAT. And I think once a CANSAT is built for UNISON, SA, and Colombia, we can take for this CANSAT to the ALIS competition. And if successful, then we can perhaps make a UNISEC-Global satellite CANSAT, whereby we can include UNISON Japan, UNISON Colombia, UNISON Egypt, UNISON South Africa, and then we can take it from there. Because I think it's important that we first take the baby steps in creating this collaboration process, because it will be very difficult for us to start with microsatellites or even CubeSats for collaboration process for international students. And what we also suggested is to perhaps start with a local CTP programs at our universities, so that we can create local interest in CANSATs, so that we can first hold local competitions between inter-universities competitions, and perhaps tell the winning group that a trip to ALIS will be sponsored for the winning competitors, and thereby also, if we can do that, then perhaps we can do an international collaboration between UNISON universities as well. Yeah, and thank you. That's our presentation.